everyone, and welcome to another segment of astrologyanswers.com's weekly forecast. My name is Terence Gardino. The week begins on Monday, April the 27th, and this week we need to pace ourselves because there's a lot of decisions, planning, anxiousness throughout the week. Then by the weekend, there's certainly going to be some relationship testing. But let's start with Monday on the 27th. Mercury, discerning Mercury. Mercury tells us what is on our mind. What are we thinking about? It just entered into the sign of Taurus for about 3 to 4 weeks. Mercury in Taurus, our mind is going to be on all things Taurus. Stability, material, finances. It's good for being more grounded, more sensible, because it has a more calming effect as to when it was in Aries for the previous couple of weeks and a lot of impulsive jumping the gun and anxiousness. Now it's in more calming Taurus. Also on Monday, the moon will move into, starts in Gemini. And Gemini, our minds are going all over the place, jumping from one idea to the other, getting distracted. But then the moon moves into Cancer, more sensitive, emotional Cancer, at 10:28 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which will then be there for the next 2.5 days. The moon in Cancer, your focus could be more on home and family, more nurturing on the positive. But moon in Cancers can incline a lot of people to just want to retreat. And well, we're being forced to stay at home, most of us. But that moon in Cancer, you get a little bit nervous or stressed out and you want to retreat. Often that causes mood swings. Now, Tuesday, the moon continues in Cancer, giving these, these mood swings. But now Mercury, decision-making Mercury, is in this square or this hard angle to Saturn. Saturn is this restricted, controlling energy. When Mercury is blocked by Saturn, not a good day for business. We may be worrying too much about the negative possibilities, but it can be good to focus, that's the Saturn, on studies, on research. Now, Wednesday, the moon still in Cancer until around 6 o'clock in the evening, Pacific time, but it's going to be it's still going to be these intense reactions as it opposes or interacts with powerful Pluto, but then also Jupiter. So there's a lot of hopefulness with that moon Jupiter that things can get better. Then we go into more outgoing, extroverted Leo, as opposed to be in that more retreating Cancer energy. And that outgoing Leo energy starts at 6:06 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but immediately it's in opposition or confrontation to Saturn. So we might be starting off with a lot more after it's left Jupiter and you're feeling optimistic, and now it's in fiery Leo and we want to get out of the house, you want to do things, boom, you can't because of the Saturn. Maybe this is when you're starting to feel really restless. Now, Thursday, now Mercury is going to, in Taurus, is going to be crossing over liberating, rebellious Uranus, which has been in Taurus for the last couple of years now. Mercury to Uranus on the positive can bring sudden unexpected news, that's the Mercury, thinking out of the box, new original ideas, more open to learning or understanding technology, computers, new software. That's the positive. And you want to direct that energy to the positive and don't let it direct you. Because the downside of Mercury-Uranus can be creating a tremendous amount of nervousness, anxiousness, as if you just put your finger into a light socket and this electricity is running through your veins. So it's a good day for meditating, taking a long walk in nature, some exercise, some yoga, if you know how to do it, because you need to calm down the mind because it could be really racing. But on the other side, remember, you could be more open to some new original thinking. Friday, now the moon is going to be void of course for most of the day. I've talked about this each week. The moon changes signs every 2.5 days. But at a certain point, as it's moving through the sign, it's no longer making any aspects or contacts to the other planets. So the energy is now just flat or in a holding pattern, waiting until the moon changes signs and it starts the whole process again. And that period of inactivity, for the most part, is called the void of course. It's just stay the course, stay routine. Don't try to do anything important that's new because there's not a lot of energy to keep it going. You see, when you start a new job, a new project, launch a website, any kind of new beginning, you would do a horoscope for that moment. And if that horoscope captures the energy for the life of that project. But if the moon is void of course, the energy is flat. This moon void of course is going to be there from about 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time till 10:35 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Saturday, now the moon is in Virgo for the weekend, and the sun's in Taurus. Mercury, Uranus are in Taurus. So the moon is in harmony with more exciting, innovative Uranus, getting us out of our ruts, in harmony with Mercury, good for communications, in harmony with the sun. We might be feeling more settled, more in our routine on Saturday. Overall, for most things, we're in the flow of our lives. Sunday, however, now Venus, relational, pleasure-seeking Venus, is going to square or be blocked by nebulous Neptune. This can create some disappointments. Sometimes with Neptune, we're dealing with secrets. You might be keeping some personal feelings, secrets from others, from your partner. Or maybe there's an infatuation, or you find out about a secret. But those are some of the extremes. Generally, the Venus-Neptune is you're just not feeling it, not quite sure where this relationship is going. Now, before I sign off, I want to remind you I'm available for a one-question offer for a nominal fee. You can find a direct link to order it in the description box below the video. And remember, the time of birth is always important. So even if your mother says it was lunchtime, it was supper time, that can be helpful. So I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, be safe, be well.